Hey y'all. All right, let's make us some pork chops tonight. Now y'all know pork chops is a favorite of mine. It has always been a staple all throughout the years with my boys growing up. We've always loved pork chops, and you know you can make them a ton of different ways. Tonight, what we're going to do is first we're going to season them up. We're going to make up a little rub. We're going to sear them up, and then we're going to roast them in the oven, and then we're going to mix up a barbecue sauce, and they're going to be like roasted barbecue pork chops. Okay, I've got me a little cup of coffee here. Well, a big cup, but I felt a little tired and a little bit chilled, and I thought I just need me a good hot cup of coffee. So anyway, let's get started, y'all. So I have 4 bone-in pork chops here, and the first thing we're going to do is make up our little rub that we're going to put on them. As you can see here, I have one, and I'm just using this little bowl, this throwaway bowl, because y'all, I cleaned up my fridge today. I've been washing dishes all day, so I'm taking the easy route. But I have 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar. You know, I like to get this part done, get the sugar put away. I don't like all that stickiness, all right? So 1 teaspoon of light sugar. Now to that, we are going to add in 1 teaspoon of paprika. Now this is easy, and this is stuff that you already have probably in your cabinet, okay? It's just very simple. These pork chops are delicious. We've never done these before. This is a different one from what we've ever done. Y'all know I don't cook with barbecue sauce very much, but today it just really sounded good. All right, now we're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm getting low on this. Might give me some more. I'm getting low on a lot of things. Y'all, I told you I need to do me an order. I hadn't done it yet. Knock that off. This is a clean towel. I just got it out. So now we're going to do a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay. So far we have a teaspoon of brown sugar, teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of onion powder. All right, we move all these over. And then now we're going to do about 1/4 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I really love the flavor that this gives. Now, if you don't have any of this, that's perfectly fine. You can leave it out. But grab you some when you go to the store. I'm telling you, it's so good. Okay? And then now we're just going to do some salt and pepper. So we're going to do about a good 1/2 teaspoon or so of our pepper. And then about the same for our salt, about 1/2 teaspoon. We don't want to do too much because I'm going to add a little bit of butter on there, and it is salted. So let me get all these out of the way. I don't want to knock any of them over before I get the lids back on there. Let me get me a little spoon here. I thought I had it all together, but now we're just going to mix this up. That brown sugar. This is just going to be our little rub that we're going to put all over our pork chops. These are really good. You can also do this and toss them on the grill if you want to. Of course, I'd do that in the summertime, or if it was even semi decent outside. Goodness, y'all, I cannot take this cold weather. Are y'all about froze? I know I am. Okay. So what we're going to do is just take this. Let me get y'all up here a little bit closer now. We're just going to sprinkle this on each side of our pork chops pretty generously, because this does make quite a bit. And of course, if you're cooking, you know, just say 8 pork chops, you're cooking for more people, just double your recipe, or you could even cut it in half if you're only wanting to do about 2 pork chops. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of olive oil. Sprinkle, drizzle over. And now we're just gonna rub that in really good. this. I'll tell you, it probably could use a little bit more. I'm gonna do a little bit more. That wasn't as much as I kind of wanted. I'm not gonna save any of this, so it doesn't matter that I'm contaminating it because there's not gonna be enough left to keep anyway. But that don't look like it's enough on there. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, y'all, only thing I'm gonna do now is just flip these over, do the same thing to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and get my skillet turned on, let it start warming up, and I'll come back and we'll get these seared up. Okay, let's start getting these pork chops seared up. I think our skillet's getting hot. Sounds like it's popping. I just did the same thing, you know, to each side, and I put a little bit of olive oil in our skillet, and you know, I rubbed these down in some olive oil also. Well, it's not as hot as I thought it was, but that's okay. Y'all, whenever I was growing up, and I'm sure y'all made the same thing, but like my grandmother and also myself, whenever I first started cooking, if you did like barbecue chicken, or that's what I first thought today whenever I was thinking I want something kind of barbecue, and then I thought, no, I want pork chops. Y'all know I love pork chops. But we would do like barbecue chicken, barbecue pork chops, and like my grandmother, she basically had like a big like cake pan, and she would put foil in there, and she would put the chicken in there or the pork chops or whatever, just a little salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of water, drizzle barbecue sauce over them, pop them in the oven, and that was that. And I loved them, and I still do. I would still eat them today or make them today. It's just, you know, as time has went on, I've just learned, you know, different little methods and stuff you can do to kind of spruce it up a little bit, I guess. Or even you could do that routine in the crock pot, you know, just and it's just so simple and easy. And that was something that we had a lot of times, would just be barbecue chicken or barbecue pork chops, and it would just be so simple, you know. But and basically we're going to just about do the same thing today, except we're doing the searing part, and then a little bit of different seasoning, and then I'm going to dress up the barbecue sauce a little bit, but and kind of roast them. I like for them to get that good. The brown sugar really helps to kind of caramelize them a little bit, and so that's one thing I like about that. But anyway, y'all know I love to do my searing on all my meat. Let's see, so that's already. Oh, I'm gonna take my knife and kind of cut that fat there a little bit to keep it from doing that. You know how they like to fold up. Anyway, y'all, I'm just gonna sear these up, and I'll come back. Okay. We have all of our pork chops seared up. Look at them here, y'all. And see, you already have that liquid in there that runs out of them because they're not done. You don't worry about getting them done. Now, in our skillet here, we're not going to let all that good flavor go to waste. So what we're going to do, we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of butter. Let me cut it in half a little bit and put in here. I moved it over here so y'all could see a little bit better. So this burner hadn't got too hot yet, but we're going to let that butter deglaze this skillet a little bit. It's going to take it a minute. Let me let this get good and hot, y'all, and I'll come back, okay? Alright, y'all. So you can see here it's deglazing the skillet. Now the thing is, you know, butter will burn really fast, so you don't want it to do that. You just want it to get hot enough to get all that good stuff off. As you can see, I've picked it up off the heat here just so I can kind of stir it around, because I don't want it to burn. And now what I'm going to do, just to give us a little bit more liquid to help kind of steam these pork chops, I've just got a little bit of water here that I'm going to pour in here. Let's see, maybe about 1/4 of a cup or so. I'm just going to mix this around. Just like that. Just give us a nice little bit of liquid. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just take this and pour it over our pork chops. Let's see, let me back you. I can't put that that pan there on that burner since I've got it on. Let's see. See if I can do this here, y'all. Okay. Let me get you on back here. Now we're going. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to pour it over our chops, just like this. Doesn't that look good already? Okay. Now what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm just going to cover these with some foil. As you can see, they're not completely covered, but more liquid is going to cook out as these cook. That's enough liquid to let them steam, to keep them from getting dry. I've got my oven on 300. I'm going to pop them in there, and I don't know how long I'm going to cook them. I'll let you know. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn this video off because I have some side dishes I want to make, and I don't want to run it into a very long video. That way, if you want to watch one thing or the other, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and then the second step for our barbecue sauce will be on the next video whenever we do our side dish and whenever we kind of plate all this up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've done that before. So that's what I decided to do. That way I could just give these time, let them cook, and then whenever I come back on the next video, we will get these things brushed up with some barbecue sauce, and they will be delicious. And I'm going to do a macaroni salad. And I haven't decided on my vegetable yet. I have some broccoli in the fridge that I need to use, that I got some fresh broccoli. So I may do that like with some cheesy sauce or whatever. But the macaroni salad is a different one from what we've ever made, and it is delicious. Y'all will want to see it. You know, there's tons of different ways to do pasta salad, macaroni salad, potato salad, all the different ones. Well, this is a different one that we've never done, but it's very delicious. And anyway, I'll see y'all back on the next video.